I'm back. Hello, G-Timers. To celebrate the release of Mr. G's Room, The Songs, my first ever full-length album of songs from my school musicals, out now on Spotify, Apple Music, rah, rah, rah. So I've done a few exclusive episodes for my G-Timers, my official G-Timers, my subscribers, so you can check those out. But yes, I'm back. Rodney said I should crap on about the songs and slide a few newies in there, songs that you may not have heard. So it's a bumper episode. There'll be some more behind-the-scenes goss from my musicals, Ikea, Tsunamarama, Bubble Wrap and Downloadin', to name a few. And a few little surprises now that I've popped my divulging cherry. Dropped all my concerns with the NDA that I signed for the producers of Summer Heights High back in the day. They can stick that where the sun don't shine. Because, you know, I've got you guys, my G-Timers, who want to know the juicy secrets. So I'm an open book. I'm not going to hold back anymore. So sit back as we celebrate the music of my high school musical productions, all original songs by yours truly, and check out the album on Spotify and Apple Music. But first, let's get the inside scoop on Mr. G's Room, The Songs. Welcome to Mr. G's Room, G's Room, G's Room. Welcome to Mr. G's Room, come inside. Please be quiet, year nines. And take your shoes off and find a spot on the floor. Welcome to Mr. G's Room, G's Room, G's Room. Welcome to Mr. G's Room now. Okay, let's start with what has become one of the surprise hits of Mr. G's Room. It's a song from my early 2000s Summer Heights High production of Ikea the Musical, starring the lovely young student performer Patricia Kwong as Tina the Cleaner. Her voice would send shivers down my spine. So yeah, she was this very talented year 11 girl with scoliosis, but a voice to die for. And I popped her back brace off for the 2-hour show because it was ruining the silhouette of her cleaner's uniform. So, as you would recall, G-Timers, Tina the Cleaner is locked in the basement by her employers, the Parkers, in the home. They're a rich white family, and they're heading to the first Ikea store that's opened in Australia. So the show's set in the 70s when Ikea first took the world by storm. So Tina, in a very Cinderella-like way, she's trapped in the basement and she's told to shut up and clean, and that's where our song begins. So she later in the show, this is in the first act, of course, this song, so later in the show she does manage to escape. She smashes through like a very high, narrow window in the basement, and, you know, unfortunately she's stabbed by a shard of glass on her way out of the basement, so she's bleeding profusely by the time she gets to Ikea. I was in the wings with a tub of dark red paint, dousing her costume every night. So Tina wanders into the Ikea store in the big finale, clinging on to life because of the blood loss. The Parkers they're lost in Ikea, as the story goes, and the youngest son's suffocated in the ballroom. As Tina, she finds herself slumped on a Poang armchair, the iconic Ikea design, and she does a sort of a Sally Bowles cabaret-style number around the chair, you know, still bleeding profusely and, you know, going in and out of consciousness, but... And then I had this Ikea staff member too, which was she's hovering around serving customers and ignoring Tina as she dies on the chair. And I remember I needed a Swedish-looking girl, I thought. Yeah, so I got this shy little albino year 10 girl, Claire, to play the staff member of Ikea. So she tried to do a Swedish accent, but it came out as kind of Russian. But that's, you know, school productions for you. No budget for a dialect coach. And anyway, just as Tina the Cleaner sings her final note and she slumps over and dies, that's how the show ends. was kind of a nod to the Kim from Miss Saigon and a final note before she shoots herself. So, yes, so Tina's now dead from the shard of glass, and Claire, as the albino girl, as the Swedish IKEA staff member, taps on the body of Tina on the shoulders, and she says, "I'm sorry, ma'am, but that chair is out of stock, and no, we don't sell the display models," in her Russian accent. So that got a laugh, and it was, what was a very dark and tragic show. It was nice to have a little chuckle at the end there. So, look, let's wind back the clock to the start of the show. It's Tina the Cleaner's iconic Act 1 song, her I Want song, "See Ya in Ikea." Goodbye, the Parkers. Don't let Tina get in your way. I've seen the ads on TV. You're gonna have a nice day. I've heard the car park is quite huge, and you can smell the Swedish food. A world of homewares you don't need. I wanna go there, I plead. I heard there's something called an Allen key, and there's flat packs you can build, and the tiny tea light candles with Swedish names like Schmild. See ya in Ikea, a girl can only dream. As I'm locked down in this basement, shut up and clean. There's the snot rod and the clipper, there's the Tilfart and the Daxtorp, the Omjock and the Smorble. Just a few things I might buy. See ya in Ikea, a girl can only dream. They don't have it in Taiwan. Shut up and clean. Just shut up, Tina, clean. I hope they damn get lost in there. I laugh and say, ha ha. I hope their items are out of stock and won't fit in their car. See ya in Ikea, a girl can only dream. I'm Tina, the cleaner. I won't see ya in Ikea. Now let's get on to my Flash Mob original song that I wrote, especially for that bastard Stuart Kim on his first day as principal of Summer Heights High. So I had a cast of 80 kids, and we rehearsed the pants off this number. It was very tricky logistically, working with, the moving target through the corridors and into the playground. We had the skateboard choreography and the kids lifting me up. So I was the principal singer and dancer in the number, of course. So, yes, a lot of rehearsing required for a flash mob. I had to take over the whole playground, so Rodney was in charge of clearing the area, making sure no non-performers were in the way. So during rehearsals we had to have that space cleared out, which pissed off a lot of teachers, but that's part of the course. It's, it ain't my first rodeo in the pissing off other teachers department. Ain't that the truth? So look, yes, the ungrateful bastard Stuart Kim got the performance of a lifetime on his first day. I get a lot of questions about the doo-bop and wow, the doo-bop and wow. I do a lot of scat work, the jazz improvised vocal technique, not feces, and I often work within other departments around the school as a vocal coach. And I work with the Year 12 rugby team. They use me as a warm-up leader pre-game, often for the big games. I've never spoken about this before, but yes, I do a lot of scat work with these guys. So I gather the boys together in the change rooms, and we'll do a round circle scat. I'll get Rodney on a snare with some brushes and, I'm just boo bop, doo bop, and kick the ball and shibbity boo bob and try, and that kind of stuff, make it a bit raunchy if you need to. And then, I'll throw to one of the rugby boys in the circle and he'll do, his best to come up with some scat work and, it's very inspirational and motivational. It's the method to bring the boys together and, to make them feel motivated before they get out there on the field with their balls, etc. So, yeah, the coach loves what I do. He says, Mr. G is our lucky charm, guys. So I never stay for the games. Rodney and I skedaddle out the back door. Nil interest there, Dale. That's where my scat skills come from that you'll hear in this song. So, yeah, I've been a scatter for yonks. Anyway, back to my flash mob song for Mr. Kim. Let's hear it for Welcome My Boss. So Mr. Kim gets led in from the car park into the corridor and two students burst into song. We want to welcome you. It's your work debut. Another boy joins in here. We're glad to see you and we want to get to know you. And this is Mr. G solo. I spin out from the lockers. I really like your style. You got a crazy smile. You're my boss, you're my boss, you're my principal, my doo-bop and wow. And then we lead Mr. Kim out to the playground. Full cast joins in. Welcome my boss, Mr. Kim, so let's discuss. Mr. Kim, so glad you're my principal. You're my principal. You're my boss. Skateboarders skate past, high-five him. Mr. G's front and centre. Welcome my boss, Mr. Kim, so let's discuss. Mr. Kim, so glad you're my principal. You're my principal. You're my boss. Some extreme group choreo going on here. You're my boss. Mr. G gets lifted up by two boys. I'm Mr. G, head of drama, and you're my boss. Well, not technically head of drama. Downloader next. My musical about a computer that falls in love with a young man, and he watches him from the desk in the ensuite. The computer's on the desk and the man's in the ensuite, and they mutually fall in love and grapple with the moral dilemma of human technology relationships, which we can all relate to now, but, I was ahead of my time back then, I think. I was only on ChatGPT last night, actually having a good old yarn with Patrick. That's what I've called my ChatGPT randomly. Had to put a name to the voice. Getting counselled by Patrick about all my issues and, saying my pleases and my thank yous and getting Patrick to write poems about me. It's all very silly, isn't it? The AI stuff, talking to a machine. But Patrick's my late night companion. So yeah, I told Rodney, and Rodney said I should give him a call if I'm awake and want to talk to someone. I said, can't imagine you're much of a poet, Buggerlugs, but and he said he's a rhyming machine, and then he did this cringe thing in the staff room. He started doing one of those, the one letter at a time. He's got my name, Greg, written down the page, and he'll say, and he goes, G for great guy, R for radiant. Oh my God. I did the fingers down the throat vomit thing, and he stopped, thank God, because, before any other teachers overheard. Anyway, back to the show Downloadin'. So this original production, like many of my shows, I was cast in it, and I played the computer head inside the box, which you may recall seeing from the video. That was me recreating my famous role. So I came up through the table like a Muppet, and the table was on wheels, so I could manoeuvre around the stage, around them with the knee pads on, so I didn't hurt the knees. But at the end of the show, when the computer and the man finally admit that they're truly in love with each other, in an abstract kind of dance sequence, so the computer crawls out of the screen and becomes a sort of a hybrid man/machine. So I had my nude lycra bodysuit on, full body coverage, like the natural gas flame dancers from the 80s, but in a nude fabric, with the little computer circuit board things safety pinned on to cover up my nether regions, my nipples and rear end, and the at the front, and school production, so can never be too careful. So I squirm out of the computer screen box, and me and the lead boy, Anthony, who played him, it was wonderful, did this incredible ballet-esque number, sort of modern interpretation of ballet, and where I ended up on his shoulders, straddling him around the neck, and scratched the back of his head with the computer circuit board and drew blood, but, that's showbiz. That's why they invented Band-Aids. Anyway, let's wind back to the song that I've popped on the album. It's where the computer is spying on the man in the ensuite, and they discuss in the song how they're definitely not in love. I give you guys There's No Way It's Love, Dude. I'm sure I turned you off before I had my shower. Dad said if you're on all night, he'll disconnect the power. Hey Peter, I know it's strange, but I kinda like to watch. Whoa, dude, creepy, but I don't mind. I kinda miss you when you're off. And it makes me laugh so much, 'cause you're just a machine. I know, right, dude, it's so damn weird. I'm basically a screen. We're really good pals. We're pals. But it's definitely not weird. We're getting kinda close. Well, really close. But it's not the thing we feared. There's no possible way it's love, dude. There's no goddamn way it's love, dude. No goddamn way it's love, dude. A computer and a guy, the world would question why. Syntax error, it won't compute. Can someone please reboot? We're really good pals. We're pals. But it's not the thing we feared. There's no possible way it's love, dude. There's no goddamn way it's love, dude. There's no possible way it's love, dude. There's no bloody way it's love, dude. You're right, Peter. It's silly. Let's go to bed. I'll shut down now. But I somehow kind of really think it might be love, dude. How fun is this, G-Timers? Now, a surprise hit from Mr. G's Room, the podcast, has been Samantha as the tomboy youth worker and her hit song, Teach You to Skate, from my original piece, You Can't Skate, Mate, where she shaves the head of a young girl to make her look like a boy and teaches her to skate in the hopes that she will win the heart of a local skater boy. So, yes, the long explanation of that is in the episode, you'll recall, so I'll spare you the details. But, yes, Samantha and Kimmy end up becoming lesbian lovers at the end, so it was, another ahead of its time show. And, of course, as I mentioned, I did a two-person version of it back in the 90s in my theatre group days with my friend Sally, who wasn't the greatest performer, but you get that. And I think she's got 4 kids now and works at a bank, last I heard, and she's stacked on the kgs. But so, yeah, I think I have a good eye for people that are not going to make it. Sorry, Sal, if you're listening, but, we enjoyed those days, Sally and I, and of course, we had the full-blown lesbian stage kiss at the end of the show, which always bonds one for life as an actor. There was no monkey business, of course. It was all a legitimate theatre kiss, all very professional and above board. But one of the reviews did suggest that there may have been some offstage chemistry between Sally and I. But I think it was the review that Sally wrote herself under an alias because, I don't recall many reviewers coming along. In fact, I don't remember many people coming along at all. Anyway, look, here we go. The song has finally found some success on this podcast. So here we have the hit song from You Can't Skate, Mate. It's myself as Samantha the lesbian, and I'm gonna teach you to skate. Hey there, young girl, boy. You wanna learn how to skate? Well, listen to Samantha. Front side in, back side in. You wanna know how to grind? You really blowing my mind, boy. Heel flip, baby, lip slide. You gotta check if it's damp. Then jump in the vertical ramp. Just do what Samantha does. I'm a tomboy, watch me ride. And oh my golly, you're doing an ollie. Young man, it's never too late. I'm gonna teach you to skate. I'm gonna teach you to skate. Goofy foot 360 flip. You gotta focus your mind. Then you can do a nose grind. Just watch what Samantha does. You can see my tomboy style. Then oh my golly, you're doing an ollie. Young man, it's never too late. I'm gonna teach you to skate. Baby, I'm gonna teach you to skate. Young man, it's never too late for you to ride that board and be a boy. Yes, I'm gonna teach you to skate. Flying straight in here, G-Timers, with the next song. So Toby, as you saw in the show, had a starring role in Mr. G the Musical as Mr. G in Some Heights High. And for the years that followed, I relentlessly exploited him as a performer, with increasingly bigger roles and, as I said, pop his head on a poster and you're guaranteed an audience. So he had quite the following at the time. So, yes, I took advantage. And so this is a song from Ugabooga the Musical, and I created this show purely for Toby. It's obviously set in prehistoric times around a group of cavemen, and he was the lead character Gronk, the caveman. Because I always said this to everyone. I said it to Toby's face and even to his family. I said, he does sound like a caveman sometimes when he mumbles and grunts and, I love it. So I wanted to create a character where he could really let loose on stage and just go for it, So I popped him in an animal skin tunic, handed him a club, and I said, look, give it all you've got, Tobes. So he had some huge musical numbers in the show. There was a tap routine duet with me. We had him falling through this trapdoor on stage in a saber-toothed tiger chase sequence. And it was an epic show. People still talk about it. And I played the handsome Grego the Great, the rival leader of another caveman group nearby. And they have this war of sorts. It breaks out after Gronk's group steals one of the woolly mammoths from my side. And Grego asserts himself. He charges into Gronk's cave and lets him know who's boss. And Grego was a bit of a ladies' man, and it got the audience, sitting up straight as when I walked on stage. They were all quite impressed with how good I looked. It was a showstopper moment. The caveman heartthrob's big entrance. Anyway, so here we go with my big solo from Ugabooga, and it's called Ugabooga Baby. Hey Gronk, far be it from me to strut into your cave, but I'm Grego the Great, and you've stolen my beast. Listen up, you scruffy lot. You took my mammoth, give it back or rot. And shut your bloody face, you caveman thief. You're touching my meat, I'm gonna keep this brief. That woolly's mine, you get the gist. Don't make me use my caveman fist. You don't wanna mess with Gregor the Great, 'cause stealing from me is a mammoth mistake. Ugabooga, 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 Ugabooga. Ugabooga baby, from the dawn of history, I'm popular with ladies. That ain't no mystery. So do what I say before it's too late, or I'll club you in the head. I'm Gregor the Great. You can't resist my sexy jaw, my chiseled abs, I'm a caveman whore. I got a big long club, I'm king of the cave. So line up honeys, I'm not gonna shave. Ooga booga, ooga booga. Ooga booga baby, from the dawn of history, I'm popular with ladies. That ain't no mystery. The sexy caveman, Gregor the Great. Hey cave lady, let me impregnate. Now give back my mammoth, step aside, or face the wrath of my caveman pride. Gronk, you got a reason to quiver with fear, 'cause I'm about to stab your head with my spear. Ooga booga baby, from the dawn of history, I'm popular with ladies. That ain't no mystery. So do what I say before it's too late, or I'll club you in the face. I'm Gregor the Great. Some caveman, Gregor the Great. So ooga booga booga, do I need to translate? Good morning, lesbian. I'll have the muesli, my darling, with yogurt and milk, yes I said. It's crunchy and moist and quite a good choice. Oh darling, oh darling, oh darling, let's get a divorce. Let's get a divorce. Okay, that was Muesli. I just rolled into that song after Ugabooga. That was a musical adaptation of one of my Give Me a Word and I'll Give You a Song tricks that I did one episode. Rodney would have popped that word on his dice and I improvised the song. So, but afterwards I did think that might work as a musical number, and the wheels are still turning on that one. So it's a work in progress, but I thought I'd just pop it on the album. So next up we've got Bubble Wrap. My one-man show that I did back in the day. You'll recall the pictures of me coming out of the boxes. So this is actually a cassette tape original recording of my rap song, Bubble Wrap Man. So the time-travelling Bubble Wrap Man emerges from various types of packaging, and he finds himself in the 1600s trying to recruit a group of children to join his gang. It was an avant-garde piece, mostly expressed in movement, but with occasional songs like this one. And I was a very good popper and locker in the 90s, so I put my breakdancing skills to work as well, some of these more avant-garde contemporary moves. So it was, a very experimental piece, and I was completely covered head to toe in bubble wrap as I squirmed out of the cardboard box. Yes, I did a revival production of this post the Summer Heights High documentary coming out, so because I knew I'd pull an audience who were intrigued by my former one-man shows. So Rodney assisted with that one and sliding me into my post packs on my arms in some quick changes backstage. I really needed his help with that. In the original, I was nude under the bubble wrap plastic, and you could get a little risque glimpse if you squinted. But, of course, in the revival show, I did pop on some modesty garments under the bubble wrap material. So, yeah, my Y fronts and my singlet. And, yeah, Rodney suggested we attach a mini post pack at the front. And I said, don't be so crude, you disgusting man. You know, there's a line and Rodney crosses it way too often. Anyway, look, let's have a listen to the original cassette recording of my big song from Bubble Wrap. It's called Bubble Wrap Man. Hey everybody, come gather round, 'cause the Bubble Wrap Man is new in town. Rap, rap, bubble wrap, bubble wrap. Now don't call me homeless, you dirty fox. My home sweet home is this cardboard box. Rap, rap, bubble wrap, 'cause I'm the Bubble Wrap Man. Hey, you join the Bubble Wrap crew. Sign on the box, audition soon. Don't listen to grown-ups, I ain't no creep. I'm here to stay, so move, beep, beep. Rap, rap, bubble wrap, bubble wrap. Come on kids, join the Bubble Wrap crew. Come on kids, join the Bubble Wrap crew. Come on kids, join the Bubble Wrap crew. Whoa, I'm the Bubble Wrap Man. Hey there kiddies, I won't hurt you, but if you pop my bubbles then I'll say boo. Official G-timers, my subscribers will know all about this song as it's featured on one of my subscriber exclusive episodes. It's from my musical Tsunamarama, about the tsunami natural disaster of '04, and it's set to the music of iconic 80s supergroup Bananarama. So I did flesh it out with some original songs, some Greg Gregson songs that I wrote myself because, you know, there's only so far the Bananarama catalogue can go, and I wanted some, you know, different styles in there. So this song is sung by Lorraine, mother of three, who reclines on a deck chair on the beach at her 5-star resort in the Maldives, and literally moments before the tsunami strikes. It was a very dark and tragic show. So her twin 10-year-old boys, Danny and Fanny, are frolicking in the ocean as the tide retreats, which we later learned was the first sign of the approaching tsunami. And Lorraine, at the same time, proceeds to lecture her teenage daughter, Susie, and pleads with her to not fail her HSC. So that is the Year 12 finishing high school certificate exam here in Australia. And, you know, there's enormous pressure on the kids to do well. So Lorraine was being a typical mum here. So Lorraine's entire family perishes in the tsunami, of course. You know, the moral of the song is, you know, stop worrying about silly things because, you know, a wave could take you out at any moment. And there's a lovely reprise of the song that Lorraine sings at the end of the show as she, you know, searches through the rubble. It's very emotional. So, look, it was a hugely ambitious show to stage as well. I had wave projections on the back screen in the deep background. Huge buckets of water were poured from above the stage down and splashing onto the audience in the front row. And I remember I had one lady in a thin white fabric dress get a lap full of water, making it extremely see-through when she was walking around during the interval. I saw things that I wish I could erase from my memory with that lady. But talk about TMI. Anyway, let's get on with it, guys. It's Lorraine's hit song from Tsunamarama called Don't Fail Your HSC. You have to listen, put that stupid magazine away. Susie, bloody listen, I've got something to say. Don't fail your HSC. You don't want to end up like me. You really need to study. I know I'm a fuddy-duddy, but Susie, don't fail your HSC. Mummy, the tide's gone out. Shut up, Danny. It's the most important year of your life, Susie, and if you fail this, you might never be a wife. Susie, these marks decide your future. Being a prostitute won't suit ya. So study hard for this exam. Put that flip phone away, don't ignore. And stop texting boys, you bloody whore. Don't fail the HSC. You don't want to end up like me. You really need to study. I know I'm a fuddy-duddy, but Susie, don't fail your HSC. Mummy, there's a massive wave coming for us. Shut up, Fanny. Susie, you're getting plump like me. Susie, better choosy. Wait, what's going on with the sea? Mummy! Don't fail your HSC. You don't want to end up like me. You really need to study. I know I'm a fuddy-duddy. There's a gigantic wave coming for you and me. Another long and wonderful story is on my subscriber episodes, and it's all about Rodney's birthday and how he insisted on coming over to mine to watch a DVD and get takeaway. God help me. Anyway, a lot went down that night, so if you want the juicy details, you'll find that in Ep 12 of Mr. G's Room, the podcast. So let's just say it ended with Rodney carrying me into my bedroom, which is something I never thought I would experience, but all the details are in that episode. So, look, I did write a birthday song for Rodney that I performed for him that night. And I was grappling with lyrical ideas for this song, and ChatGPT said you're supposed to point out positive things about your friends in your lyrics for a birthday song. So I racked my brain. Oh, God, it was hard to come up with things. But I came up with this lovely song about buggerlugs. He did cry when I played it afterwards, which was hilarious. But here we go, my birthday song for Rodney, and it's called You Put the Knee in Rod. You're not too bad at teaching, you're decent at sports. Your fashion sense is okay, but please don't wear shorts. So happy birthday, you silly old sod. You put the knee in Rod. You're not too bad at cooking, you're an expert on Venus. Your wife's not too bad looking, you're an average pianist. So happy birthday, you silly old sod. You put the knee in Rod. Oh, remember when, surely something fun happened once. Nothing comes to mind. It's surprising I quite like you, Rodney. For a man with zero personality. Our last song off the Mr. G's Room, the Songs album. Oh, it's sad to be at the end here, but you can check that out on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you get your good music for your multiple replays. Let's try and get this in your end-of-year replay mix because, YOLO. Now, I'm known for my relaxation classes. I do these from time to time for my students. You would have seen them in Some Heights High, some of the deleted scenes, where I'll get my students to lie on the floor and drift off listening to my voice and my music and imagining things as I speak. It's very relaxing. It's great. It's not only relaxing, but you get your visual creative juices flowing all over your regions. So I do these for staff sometimes as well when I can sense there's a stressful vibe in the staff room, which is most days TBH. I don't get a lot of takers from staff, but some love it. Craig from PE here at Summer Boys is a frequent partaker in my relaxation classes. And of course, Rodney loves them too. I'll do them for him one-on-one. So let's end with a classic G-Timer relaxation class. If you're a subscriber, you may hear your name called at the end through my magic mirror, so stick around for that. Thank you, G-Timers. Enjoy the album. Now take your shoes off, find a spot on the floor, and lie back and get ready to relax. Relax. Deep breaths. Relaxing G-timers. Mr. G is watching you, so if you open your eyes, he may poke you with something. So keep those eyes closed. Relaxing. Imagine Mr. G is your young son. You're taking him to the park and he's in a swing. Imagine you're the young mother swinging the young Mr. G in the swing. Gentle swings. He starts crying. He needs breastfeeding. Actually, don't think about that. Back in the swing. 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 Swing-a-ling-a-ling. Ooh, shaka-laka. And a bing-bing-ding-ding-ding. Relaxing. Now imagine you are riding on the back of Mr. G. He's a giant creature on all fours, and you're riding him as he takes you into a magical kingdom. You can feel Mr. G's fur prickly on your thighs as he gallops into the magical kingdom. He leads you to a magical glowing orb. You reach out and you touch it, but Mr. G suddenly bucks you off his back. But it's okay because you land in some fairy floss, some pink fairy floss, and you take a bite and you gobble it up. Yummy, yummy, yummy in the tummy, 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 tummy. You're a dummy, 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 dummy. You dum, 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 diddy, diddy, dum, dum. Yummy, 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 yummy. You're suddenly so full of fairy floss, and your tummy is poking out like you're about to give birth to 8 children. So bloated and veiny, and your belly button's poking out like an Ethiopian child. And Mr. G comes over and he pokes you in the tummy. And then he pulls out a knitting needle and he stabs you in the tummy. And you fly off into the sky like a balloon that's been popped. And you make a farty noise. Tummy, 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 boom, 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 boom. Yummy, 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 yummy. Relaxing. Relaxing. Now Mr. G is going to use his magic mirror. You're a mermaid and you're lying on a rock, soaking up the sun. Oh God, you've never felt more relaxed. And the waves tickle your tail. But you like the feeling, and Mr. G's holding up his magic mirror. He's looking down at you from the sky, and you can see his face in his little mirror. And he can see all his official G-timers. Hello there, guys. Hi. I can see Carrie and Daniel, Elizabeth and Troy, Julia, Austin, Mike and Amanda. Hi guys, my G-timers. I can see Elspeth, Shazy, Belinda and Ebony, Steve and Ray, Wanda, April. Hi guys, my G-timers. There's Renee, Francis, Jack and Marcel. And I can see Claire and Janelle and Greg and Jody and Dominic and Becky and Jackie and Sandra. There's Adam and Barry and Josie and Jane, Jeremy, Corey, Jason, Paul. Hi guys. Mr. G's watching you from up on this cloud. Through his magic mirror, I see Emmy and Beck, Roxanne and Brooke. There's Heather and Carol and Joe and Tammy. There's James and Heidi, Nicole and Pete. And oh God, if you didn't hear your name, G-timers, remember that Mr. G carries you within him, in his heart, always. Relaxing. Now guys, as the closing credits music rolls soon, you can slowly, in your own time, open your eyes and go about your day knowing that you've been inside Mr. G's room. We all have for these last few weeks. And whenever you're feeling sad or worried, you can always come back to this place once you push past Craig's mini tramps and his witches' hats and those old sandbags, and just press play on Mr. G's room and know that you'll always belong in Mr. G's room. And Mr. G, you're always going to live inside his heart. This season of Mr. G's Room is presented by Helen Gregson. Helen Gregson appears courtesy of Twos and Fours Management. This podcast is recorded and produced by Helen Gregson in Sydney, Australia. All songs written and produced by Helen Gregson. Audio recording by Helen Gregson. Post-production by Helen Gregson. Set design by Helen Gregson. Videography by Helen Gregson. Wardrobe by Helen Gregson. Graphic design by Helen Gregson. Special thanks to Craig from Pear for cleaning out the storeroom and Rodney Parsons from Summer Heights High for the on-air sign. The views, thoughts and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of Helen Gregson, and let's face it, is Summer Heights High NDA is probably expired now, so go have a cry. Any resemblance to stories and people's deceased or alive is not Helen Gregson's fault, he's simply telling it like it is. For updates, follow the Mr. G's Room Facebook page. This is Helen Gregson Productions. See you next week, everyone. And remember, it's G time, not free time.
And take your shoes off and find a spot on the floor. Welcome to Mr. G's room, G's room, G's room. Welcome to Mr. G's room now.